Poland says it's looking into possible connections between convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and Russian intelligence services. The announcement came after the U.S. Justice Department last week released millions more files related to the federal investigation into Epstein. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk said Tuesday, quote, more and more leads, more and more information, and more commentary in the global press all relate to the suspicion that this unprecedented pedophilia scandal was co-organized by Russian intelligence services. David Charter joins us now. He's the assistant editor in the U.S. for The Times. Why is Poland taking this step?
Good evening, Lindsay. Yes, I think this is a sign of deep sensitivity in Poland, which, bear in mind, shares a border with part of Russia and has long felt that it could be in Vladimir Putin's crosshairs after Ukraine, that it is constantly on the alert for any signs of espionage that could compromise its security. And here we see Donald Tusk, the Prime Minister, growing increasingly alarmed at the volume of evidence emerging about links between Jeffrey Epstein and Russia in the Epstein files, because the type of photographs and material, the type of photographs taken by Epstein and the sort of material and personal secrets that he was gathering suggest a type of harvesting of compromat, which is the Russian word used for compromising material, of the type that was gathered by the FSB security agency to blackmail senior people into divulging sensitive information. And Tusk's got this inquiry to find out if any of that could have implications for Poland.
Based on what we know so far, how often do these files mention Russia or Putin?
So so far to date, we've had more than 10,000 references to Russia or Moscow, and over 1,000 personally naming Vladimir Putin in the files. And a lot of, if you join the dots, a lot of mentions with famous and wealthy people getting caught up somehow with Russians, organized by Epstein, who provided and flew over women from Russia for liaisons with his wealthy friends. That's one reason for the British interest, of course, is the former Prince Andrew was set up for a dinner with a young Russian lady, a 26-year-old beautiful Russian lady, according to an Epstein email back in 2010. But not just that, there are lots of emails, now more than half a dozen, suggesting attempts by Epstein to meet Putin, or actual meetings that were arranged. We just don't know. We don't have concrete evidence whether they actually occurred yet. But on almost every year from 2011 right through to 2018, there are meetings being arranged or attempted to be arranged between them.
Has the Russian government said anything about the files?
So this week, the Kremlin has said that it has no record of any offers from Epstein to meet with Vladimir Putin. We know that he met with a former foreign minister of Russia to actually give him his views on Donald Trump around the time of the 2016 election. But we do know, despite the Kremlin's denials, that they have in the recent past referred to the Epstein files to point out the hypocrisy of the West, for example, in a sign of retribution, perhaps, or for attacks on Moscow, saying, look to the problems in your own backyard. It's all shown by this Epstein affair.
David Charter, thank you.